Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's me, Mr. Cameraman, and today we are here with our first video of August of 2024. So, I hope you all enjoyed the 31 videos in July. I can't even believe I got through that. I really do hope you all enjoy that, though. It was a ton of work to put that many videos together in that short of time. And I'm also filming this in June. I don't know, I'm so happy that I got that done. Comment on this video, though, what your favorite video from July was. Because I'm not going to read the comments until, 2 weeks later, but I am curious to see what you enjoyed this July. So, in August, we're releasing 5 videos prior to when I actually get back in August. And these 5 videos are all going to be debate-styled videos. So, it's going to be a question that was either posed by me, someone else, or someone in the community about fan films. I'm going to just talk about my thoughts on it. These are going to be pretty casual videos, pretty short, nothing crazy. Okay, and this first debate is from Random Stuff SZ383, and they said which fan film has the most fan films? Which fandom has the most fan films? Great question. I think this is an interesting one. I think many people would say a few things. I think many people would say Star Wars. I think that's the first thing. I think the 4 main fandoms, 5 even, are horror, Harry Potter, Marvel, DC, Star Wars. Here's the thing. I don't think horror is a fandom. I don't think that you can group the Freddy Krueger and then Mike Myers fan films in the same category. I think those are separate things, so I don't think there isn't a horror category. I've seen a lot of Jurassic World fan films. I don't think there's enough that I can feel confident in putting here. I've seen a decent amount of Star Trek ones as well. And Doctor Who. I just don't think I've seen enough. And that also could be you're on different sides. I bet if you were someone who only watched Doctor Who YouTubers, you'd probably see a ton of Doctor Who fan films and be like, no one makes a Harry Potter fan film. But for me, as someone who pretty much has my entire For You page be Marvel, DC, Harry Potter, Star Wars stuff, that's the type of fan films that I'm going to get. Those are also just the type of fan films I watch. I don't know. Obviously, I could be wrong on this, but if we're at these 4, in my opinion, there aren't that many Harry Potter. I will say, Harry Potter fan films, when they're produced, are normally really good. I don't think there are that many, actually. I think there's actually a pretty few amounts of Harry Potter fan films. By a few, I mean a few thousand, tens of thousands a year, which is still a decent amount, but compared to the other categories, I think the Harry Potter idea is a lot more threatening because you can't edit the effects of the magic so easily. So I think those are very rare, but when they're done, I don't think I've ever seen a bad Harry Potter fan film. I've seen a bad DC, Marvel, Star Wars. I've seen a ton of bad those fan films. I don't think I've seen a Harry Potter fan film and be like, damn, that's pretty bad. I've seen some I haven't loved, sure, but I think when you do a Harry Potter fan film, you normally are able to do it very well. But I don't think there are that enough that I can say it has the most. The next thing is Star Wars. I think a lot of people will say there's a ton of Star Wars fan films, and I agree with that. But I don't think there's actually that many. And the reason why I say that is because I think there could be a lot. There really could be. And I think Star Wars is probably the second most. The reason why I don't think there are that many is because a ton release on May 4th. I've said that many times. A ton of Star Wars fan films release on May 4th, and you will most likely not get any in April or May. Besides from May 4th. So you're eliminating 2 months. I think there's a ton of... I'm going to go on YouTube right now and Google fan film like I used to do before I got fan film just sent in to me. Fan film. Let's just see what comes up. I now have to filter it by today. No, I don't care about that. Let's say view counts today. Okay, dinosaurs, Star Wars, but that's not even a lot. I'll say a lot of dinosaur fan films. I'm not going to deny that. I don't think dinosaurs is a category. I feel like dinosaurs is just a dinosaur film. And I've already seen a few Star Wars ones. So maybe maybe I think there could be the most Star Wars. I'll leave Star Wars in for now. I will, but yeah, I should leave Star Wars in for now. Okay, Star Wars is back in. Let's eliminate DC here. There are not that many DC fan films, let's be honest. When a DC fan... There's a decent amount come out, I'm not going to deny that, but there really aren't that many. There just aren't. Honestly, now that I think about it, I think there actually might be the most Star Wars fan films. Now I'm thinking back on it. The reason why I would say Marvel going into this is because there's a lot of Spider-Man fan films. A lot. You go on YouTube, you're finding a ton of Marvel fan films, especially around a Marvel movie. When a Marvel movie drops, you're getting a ton of fan films about that Marvel movie. And on the 16th of August, I'm releasing a video talking about this idea. But I do think that it's a very interesting idea. Like, I think Marvel could have the most. In my opinion, I think Star Wars is more because there's a ton of Star Wars low-budget fan films. I think if you're looking at high-budget, like the ones you're gonna, like a normal person would find on YouTube, that category is going to Marvel. The most fan films that are decent budget are Marvel. However, there are a ton of Star Wars fan films that are released every day that are just two kids lightsaber fighting. And that's a fan film, and that then gets the category. And I think that's because the idea of a lightsaber fight is so easy. You just need to buy two lightsabers and fight with them. So I think that's why there's so many of them. And that's genuinely why I think that the fan with the most fan films has to be Star Wars. I just changed my mind halfway through that debate. I think the argument could be made for Marvel. I really do. There are a ton of Marvel, but I think there's a lot more Star Wars in my opinion. I just don't think you see them. Like, a ton of Star Wars fan films will release, sure. I just don't think many people will actually notice and see them. A lot of Star Wars fan films, I feel, will kind of just, like, go into dust, almost. Like, they'll be important, I'm not denying that, but they're not going to really be known. They're not going to be celebrated in the same way that some other fan films are going to. And I think part of the reason for that is because as important as, I think, some fan films, like the Spider-Man or the big-budget fan films, those are the ones that are being pressed out, and the only big-budget Star Wars fan films are going to release on May 4th. So when you look at it, a lot of the fan films that are releasing, a lot of the lower-budget fan films are going to be those lightsaber fights, because those are the things that those kids are looking up to. I think, sure, you could say, oh, why aren't there so many kids Spider-Man fan films? But I think they don't think that way, almost. Like, when I was a kid, I made more Star Wars fan films and Batman fan films than any Marvel ones, because I didn't have a full suit of, like, armor to do an Iron Man fan film or something. I think Star Wars fan films are so easy to make. Like, I think the costs to make them are low, and the reasons to make them are so high. Like, I think the fandom with the most fan films is Star Wars. And I'm going to end that here. That's my debate. That's the debate for this one. Thank you so much to Random Stuff SZ383 for suggesting this. And I really enjoyed this debate. Besides that, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.